When Blizzard got sued over frat boy culture, all they had to do is fire the people that were acting unprofessionally, and the problem would have been solved. I didn't expect them to double down and start sexually discriminating against their entire workforce, but that's exactly what they're doing. And today, Bobby Kotick, the CEO, has announced that he's going to take a pay cut until they have actually instituted all of these discriminatory rules. This is the most farcical response you could have possibly had, and yet, in today's day and age, it was probably the most predictable. My favorite tweet about the news was definitely this one, that Activision-Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick has claimed he'll take minimum wage until the company's harassment and discrimination targets are met. It really makes it sound like they just haven't quite reached enough discrimination and harassment, and so because he's so disappointed in the targets, he's going to have his wages slashed until they can get those rookie numbers up. I know that's not how they intended, that's definitely a joke. Unfortunately, that's exactly what they're doing. Most normal, rational people wouldn't think that the solution to harassment and discrimination, which was previously just called frat boy culture, so we've definitely toned that rhetoric up over time, but most people wouldn't think the solution to that was just to do more of it, except those people clearly aren't Blizzard and Bobby Kotick, because that is exactly what they've got planned. You see, their plan is to discriminate on people based on what's dangling between their legs, which to me, I don't know, I would have thought you'd hire the best person for the job, but not at Blizzard, no. Now, it doesn't matter what you can do, it matters who you are. The publisher is pushing to increase the percentage of workers who identify as women or non-binary by 50%. Well, considering the only way you can do that is to literally not hire men, it's a little bit weird to me. Doesn't matter if men would be the best person for that role. No, we need to get those quotas up. We need to get that up. And so to get that number up, we're going to instantly start discriminating against people. Doesn't matter if they're the best person for the job. No, they've got the wrong dangly bits, and those are banned from Blizzard. We're going to do that in part by investing $250 million in game and tech diversity initiatives. Yes, we're going to start bribing people. We're going to pay them to come over here. I mean, we're not going to do it for the men. We've got enough of them. We've got enough of them. No, we're actually going to have to treat people differently based on their gender. That's what we need to do, not treat them equally. No, we're going to have to start discriminating against people that way. I mean, why? Because discrimination is the only thing that can cure discrimination. Obviously, it just makes sense. We're going to improve plans for pay transparency. Yes, we're just going to openly pay the women more. But we're going to do it transparently because that's fine, and provide annual updates on gender diversity hiring, gender hiring, and workplace progress. Because this is progress, workplace progress. As long as we actively look at people's dangly bits when they apply for a job, that is progress. That is improvement. We don't have to care about talent nowadays. No, who needs talent? Blizzard's doing incredibly. All of their games are just going down and down and down. The last thing this company needs is talent. No, we have to care about the identity, not what they can do, because that is clearly what works. I don't think anyone thinks that the solution to frat boy culture is anything other than just, I don't know, stopping it. Getting rid of the people that can't control themselves, that can't act professionally around people in the workplace. That's generally the solution to this. But no, now we've got to start hiring people on the various different identity solutions. That's definitely the way. And until we do that, Bobby Kotick is going to take a pay cut. Now, he does say here that he's going to reduce his pay to the lowest amount California law will allow for people earning a salary. Which is weird, because as far as I can find, now I'm not a Californian, so I'm not up on the law, but Californian minimum wage is $14 an hour, apparently. And so if we just do basic hours, he's going to get paid $62,500. So with some very simple maths, which here's one I've prepared earlier, 62,500 divided by 14 is 4,464. So if you divide that by the weeks of the year, 52, you end up with 85.8 hours a week worked, which is over 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't know. If he's getting paid $14 an hour, which is the minimum wage, apparently, then, yeah, he's working a lot of hours. Definitely a lot of hours on this guy. He's a very dedicated man with his 12 hours a day, at least 7 days a week. I'm very impressed. Very, very impressed. What a hard-working chap. Must be all those job applications he's got to get to, because he's really got to pay attention to their social media profiles on this one. And before anyone thinks that, no, he's actually sacrificed a lot, this is a man who cares for the company. This is a guy who's sacrificing all of that money. That would be an issue if he hadn't already earned more than enough money for the entire rest of his life, because you see, his previous bonuses were actually $200 million a year, at least. Don't worry about his pay. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll probably be fine. Look, at the end of the day, if you own a company, you have one duty. You actually have a duty to your shareholders most of all, but in a gaming company, you have a duty to your customers to produce the best products you can, and that means hiring the best people. You're not going to hire the best people if you care about who the person is you're hiring more than what they're actually capable of producing. Talent matters. Quality matters. They're dangly bits, not so much, even if they're lacking them. Now, it may just be me as well, but when you're getting actually done for a frat boy culture, I don't know, maybe hiring more of the people that you're actually victimizing also isn't the solution until you've actually solved the people which were doing that in the first place. Tell people to stop it. And then you might find that the numbers balance out anyway, except we all know they won't. Because this is the gaming industry, and the people that create games, very similar to the people that actually play them. Still heavily male-dominated, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a personal choice. Unless you want to start strapping women to computers and forcing them to play games, they're never going to be at equal numbers. You can't have freedom of choice and also equality. So there's only two ways around this. Either you're just going to start bribing women in and just excluding men, or you're just going to have the natural allocation of job numbers, which was probably, let's face it, what they had in the first place. This guy won't miss the money. This is nothing more than a virtue signal for Bobby Kotick. And this all comes when Blizzard is doing really stupid things like, oh, we're going to change McCree's name. Why? I don't know. He's a pixelated character. He's done nothing wrong. But apparently, because he has a name that somebody else has a name, and now he's Cole Cassidy, except he isn't, because he's McCree. He'll always be named McCree, and that's what the players will always call him. So now, Blizzard have just announced that they're going to get their own character's name wrong for the rest of time. Congratulations! Personally, I would say that when your numbers are plummeting through the floor, you should probably have bigger issues than what you're dealing with. You should start hiring people of some talent that know how to turn your company around. But it seems that Blizzard is doubling down. They're very happy for those numbers to keep on plummeting all the way to zero so that everybody leaves because nothing of any quality will ever be made at this company again. I can't imagine a worse direction for a company to take. At this point, it's just lucky that Blizzard are tied to Activision, because otherwise they'd be probably hitting some serious problems in the future, whereas now they just have a major corporation that can keep them afloat and navigates them through this. But I do find it weird that now Vicarious Visions is going to drop its name and fully merge with Blizzard. Yeah, they're actually going to be called Blizzard Albany. Because what I would want if I was Vicarious Visions is to be tied to this horrendous mess. Now, if I was Activision, I would have wanted everyone to stay away from Blizzard. I would have definitely made them keep their name, because now everyone will actually tar Vicarious Visions with the same brush that they tar Blizzard with. But let's face it, at this point, I don't really care what happens to them. If that is what you're hiring in your company, then I wish you the best, because you're going to need it. If you're not hiring the best people, if you're not hiring talent, you're just going to need a lot of luck instead, because your customer goodwill is gone. It's going to be interesting to see where Blizzard go in the future, but after all this, I don't think it's anywhere good. But for now, that's it from me. If you like the video, press like and subscribe for more videos in the future, and let me know what you think of Blizzard and this entire bizarre situation down below. But for now, that's it from me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.